You know, sometimes there is more life than books. So this is the anything but books tag. I will leave the link to the original tag down below. This has been around for a while. All of these questions essentially have to do with, as the title says, anything but books. Random questions about life and everything else that we do beyond books. Of course, I also talk about TV shows and movies, so I mean, we know I do things beyond books. Yep. Name a cartoon that you love. I'm assuming because this is using the term cartoon and not like animated series or anime that I'm supposed to pick a Western cartoon. And also because I don't like using the term cartoon to refer to anime or even animated films. For me, cartoons are really specific. There's a not necessarily childishness to them, but there's something about it where I go, that's a cartoon. I don't call it an animated show or an animated feature. That probably sounds really pretentious. But to answer that question, in terms of cartoons that I love, I like watching like old school cartoons, like Looney Tunes. I will forever watch reruns of Looney Tunes, or like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Or the stuff that for me was Saturday morning cartoons. They would air it on Saturday mornings on, I guess, Cartoon Network or something. I mean, if we were talking anime, then I would say that Attack on Titan, as we know, just rocked my world, and that's fine. That's fine. What is your favorite song right now? I'm never up to date on what's popular in the music world because I don't normally listen to the radio. I tend to just use my iPod, and it's a combination of tons of different things. Currently, favorite songs to listen to are Turn It Up by T.O.P. I apologize for nothing. Yes, I love K-pop. And also Run Boy Run by Woodkid.
Run, boy, run. This world is not meant for you.
What could you do for hours that isn't reading? Edit video. Lol, that's actually my job. So I do sit for hours editing video. Just in general, being creative. Writing, drawing poorly, skating, working out, watching TV, movies, hanging with my closest friends around here. I'm a very low-key person, surprisingly boring. What is something you love to do that your followers might be surprised by? I don't know. I think I've always been pretty just sort of open and straightforward about the stuff that I do beyond reading here on this channel. I don't make a big deal out of it. I just usually reference it in passing. So beyond reading, I am a video editor. That's my job. I am a strength trainer, so I am at the gym 3 days a week lifting. I've now been allowed to go back to lifting after being out of commission for quite a while because of my back. I figure skate. I did this when I was younger, got back to it in January, and have already made a good deal of progress and realized how much I actually remembered, which has been exciting, and how much I've totally lost in 15 years, which is not so exciting. But beyond that, I don't know. Is any of that surprising to you all? Probably not. What is your favorite unnecessarily specific thing to learn? How specific are we talking? I'm obviously out of school, but that doesn't mean I don't like to learn. One of my favorite mottos is from Michelangelo. It was ancora imparo, which means roughly like I am always, or I am still learning. And so I always make a point of having a healthy dose of nonfiction to my fiction. And oh, I like knowing Latin etymology of words. So words that have Latin roots, I like sitting there and kind of breaking it down and figuring out what they are and then seeing where they come from. And this is something that came out of my childhood when I was young. If I ever stumbled across a word I didn't know, if I tried going to my parents and say, what does this word mean? They would tell me, go get a dictionary. So it was never my parents spoon-feeding me information. They were kind of trying to teach me to be a bit more self-reliant, especially in my learning process. So I have actually a dictionary in my desk, and I've always liked kind of going through and saying, okay, that's a word, that's what it means. And then I sit there, because I took 5 years of Latin, I might try and break down what I think it means. Sometimes I'm wrong, but it's a good thing to learn, in my opinion, especially if you do a lot of reading. I don't know, it's unnecessarily specific, I guess. What is something unusual you know how to do? Again, I don't like this because what is unusual? Like, I know how to do 4 different single jumps in figure skating. I can do a toe loop, a salchow, a loop, and a flip. I don't think that's unusual, but there we go, that's something I know how to do. Name something you've made in the past year and show us if you can. Most of what I make is, for work, or it might be for a client, it might be confidential, so I can't really show it, especially in terms of editing. I do make fan videos for YouTube, and I will just, link that in the little information ticker box thing, that channel that I have there. I've done some Red Rising videos and other things. They're normally just sort of weird ideas that I get, and so I decided to do them. But, oh, well, I did get a planner recently, and so I did doodle the front page. Now, I will not take credit for this image. It comes from the Mortal Instruments coloring book. That's what I basically sat and painstakingly copied, although the 2017 is mine. So yeah, what is your most recent personal project? Well, recently I've been writing a book. It's a very short novel. In fact, I started this and just said, oh, it's probably gonna be a novella because it's a weird little story. I could make an entire video probably talking about the strange genesis of this story, which if you want to see, let me know and I will happily do that, or make writing vlogs or something, because I've been trying to make an effort to write almost every day. There are some days where I know I'm going to be too busy and just too exhausted to do any writing, so I don't. But I've been working on this since the tail end of May, and I'm currently just over 51,000 words and pretty much like 75, maybe 80% done. But yeah, that's the latest personal project I've been working on. Tell us something you think about often, like when you daze off into space while looking out a window or something. For me, it's often like story ideas, video ideas, and it can be anything from short, like one line of dialogue that might run into my head and I might not even know who's saying it, to full-blown concepts. I have very high-functioning ADHD, and mine can often take the form of almost like tunnel vision. So the bad thing is if I start dazing off into space, I become tunnel visioned on dazing into space, and I can't reel myself back. And next thing I know, I'll have like a complete story and world in my head. And other times I might just get video ideas, like for fan videos and stuff, because I'll hear something and go, ooh, it's a cool song, I might want to use that. You never know. Give us something that's your favorite, but make it oddly specific. Okay. Oddly specific. Okay. My favorite piece of music to listen to whenever I am on an airplane, and this is not even just any trip, I have to be on an airplane, but especially an airplane at night, which makes it even better, and the few times that I fly, they always seem to be these really, really long flights, because they just tend to be every other year when I'm taking my one big international trip, is, I originally knew it as The Boy Who Drank Stars, but I believe it's actually called Cave of Mind by Joe Hisaishi from the Howl's Moving Castle soundtrack. For me, it is such a beautiful piece of music, and there's something about it that to me just makes me always think of that feeling I get when I look out of an airplane window, and especially because I love the window seat, because I like to look out the airplane window, if it's at night and you can see all the stars above you, maybe you're passing over a city and you've got the lights, or maybe it's just the ocean and you can't see anything, but yeah, is that oddly specific enough? I hope so. These were all really oddly specific questions, actually. Thanks for watching me ramble today. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and click that button with my face on it. It'll take you to my channel, where I ramble about a whole lot of different things. Got some thoughts of your own? Go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And make sure that if you want to see more ramblings from me, you click that little subscribe button. That's it for me today, you guys, so until next time, cheers.